That's me. Whatever project I'm working on, you could tell that I'm focused. Pencil clenched in hand, nose inches from the paper. But how did I come to be this way?
Marcus, he's 4.5 months old. He's playing in his exerciser and he's just starting to enjoy it.
Perhaps this was my first brush with creativity. Perhaps it was here. I've been creative since before I could form memories, so I asked people who witnessed it firsthand.
Hello.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Marcus. Early on, even before you can talk, before you could walk, just the way that you would watch certain shows on TV, and it was just evident right away that that fascinated you, watching characters and stories develop.
Since you started doing puzzles and Legos, I don't know what age that is, but we had you doing puzzles at a very early age.
Marcus is almost 3.5 years old.
Today he's 3 years, 5 months.
Mommy, I did that all by myself and now.
And Marcus can do 100-piece puzzles all by himself. It's amazing.
Whether it was a book, crayon, or collectible, there always seemed to be something in my hand. I like to think that enabled my drive to create.
You were very into collecting things, books, maps from all the amusement parks, from Hershey Park. I think we had maps from every year we went. There's a lot of drawings I remember. Drawing like water parks and stuff like that. So you were very creative for as long as I can remember.
You would draw out a story in your head and you had words to it, but you couldn't write them yet. So you would dictate and I would attach them to the page for you so that you had the story you want.
What's my mom Joanne doing? She's writing your story?
Then he walked through the tube.
With the Marvel drawings, if I recall correctly, for some reason when you got your first Spider-Man guy, you wanted me to draw a picture of it, and then I found that it calmed you down when you didn't feel well, and that it really just distracted you, and you were fascinated from the progression of just like sketching out the guy till the end. And so I kind of use that more as a distraction from you not feeling well, but it really developed into you just loving art and design.
Design is fundamental to my creativity. When people are asked what they're good at, common answers include baseball or dancing. Me, however, I'm good at creating an aesthetic.
This is Marcus's room.
I'm going in there.
His bunk beds. Marcus, do you like your room?
Yes.
What do you think about it?
Good.
Good? That's it?
Yes.
It's not even better than good? Is it the greatest room ever?
My bedroom has always been the best outlet for creativity. From Hearthstone to St. Michael to Camp Saginaw, I am always finding a way to exert my imagination. But nothing compares to the majesty of my new home.
Owen, where are we right now?
Well, this is Libby Hall.
And what are we doing?
We are going back to the past. This is where we spent our whole freshman year.
This is it. This is the hallway.
Yeah, beautiful hallway. This is that room right there. And then the room.
Here's the famous room 78. Marcus and Rocco.
Upon arriving in Boulder, my dorm quickly became a vessel of creativity.
One time I came into your room and you just had like a whole map drawn. I was like, holy crap, like, how did you do that? Oh my gosh, your wall. Dude, I remember the Metro Boomins shit on your wall. That was a whole thing.
This is the bedroom I currently live in. My space, books, my bed over there. This is our lounge area, Michael's space, and Michael himself.
I think every time someone comes into our room for the first time, the first thing they say is, "Wow, it's so clean. How do you guys do it?"
It's all very organized. It's all very neat.
Well, it's absolutely very personalized. Like I'm looking at this piece of art that you made yourself, that you painted yourself behind you here.
All of my posters, Marcus hung up. I can't hang up posters at all. I can't align them. He does.
There's whiteboards up. There's drawings everywhere. TV is on. It's just a good space to really get your mind going.
You put a lot of care into it, and that's something that not everyone does. And it's clear that you could walk into this room and learn a lot about Marcus.
But with every great superpower comes an incredulous weakness. As you've come to learn, I am constantly brimming with ideas. But when those ideas bottle up, the energy escapes in interesting ways. I'll tap my foot, I'll spin in a chair. Doodling is something that has become excessively habitual.
We were all in the same class. I noticed like you weren't taking notes because there wasn't a time to take notes, like you didn't need to, but you were just writing on your notebook, like just writing and writing and writing. And I noticed it was like, is he playing like a word game? Because I saw you just had like 2 lists, like just going down. This room sometimes does feel like a little bubble we walk into. Like it's like almost like a lab zipper, like just like, or a 10 zipper, just like, and then it feels like we're just like cut off.
I describe this as manifestations of anxiety, and it's been happening since I was little.
Try and stand still. Can you stand still?
Marcus likes to make designs on the refrigerator out of magnets, and they're very carefully thought out. Things match and go together, and he spends a lot of time doing this.
Then Leah messes it up.
Then Leah messes it up sometimes. And he makes sure that it is exactly the way he wants it. Otherwise, he gets very upset and starts over.
You were very intense with everything you were doing, whether it be puzzles or writing a book or singing a song or writing a song or drawing a picture or whatever.
You were so artistic and so demanding about wanting to put your ideas down on paper, and it didn't matter what anyone else was doing at the time. If you had an idea, there was nothing that could stop you in that moment from thinking about the idea and what you wanted to do with it. It could be a big distraction if we were trying to do other things or if you were in class, but it's just not, it wasn't something that we could get you to pivot from. Of course, that's a concern, and it's not that uncommon with people who are creative to have other distractions that might cause them to procrastinate or not, come to their full potential. But I think that with you and the encouragement you get ongoing from me and Dad, and from just you being in the right place and having a good head on your shoulders, that you seem to always overcome that and will succeed.
Okay, let's see who's gonna win.
Me.
Red car wins.
Endings are always the hardest part. Whether it's in storytelling or real life, how do you know if you're bringing your story to the proper close?
Just from knowing you in this past year and a half, I definitely, I don't see you sitting at a desk. I don't see you filing paperwork all day. I see you more out in the field, doing something more creative.
Doing what you love to do, working on what you want to write.
Everyone I talked to about you at school and in the film program at Colorado remembers, oh my God, he was so creative as a little boy.
And then when you look at me sometimes when you're working on your project and you just look at me and I'm like, what are you looking at me for? You just go, I'm thinking. And then you just look and you just start writing it down. And I'm like, wow. That's insane.
When you find your path and you see that your kid is there doing what they love, there's not a better feeling in the world.
You're in the film school and have been driven towards that since you're a little kid.
When you put your mind to something that you're passionate about, I can tell that you get it done, and you get it done with ease and with confidence.
It's just kind of like seeped into every part of like what you do. Even when you cook or something like that, like you want to cook for a lot of other people, or I know you really like to give gifts as well. Giving stories is kind of something that combines like what you like to do, which is to give, and like also like what you do on your spare time, which is like watch movies.
With that perspective, not only do I get to share my work, but my knowledge as well. If someone is in need of a movie quote, I'm the guy to call. Nothing is more satisfying to me than following a project through to completion. It's simple. Creativity is the gift that keeps on giving, and to look at it another way would go against that very idea.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's as simple as that.
Yeah, I'd say so. Like, just check out what I did, you know what I'm saying?
Check out what I did.
That's fair, dude. That's cool.